We're talking about female leaders, but female leaders around the world, like Saint Martin's Prime Minister, Sylvia Jacobs, and New Zealand's Jacinda Ardern, have been voices of reason who have taken decisive action during this pandemic. Take a look.
Simply stop moving. If you do not have the type of bread you like in your house, eat crackers. If you do not have bread, eat cereal, eat oats, sardines.
I'm speaking directly to all New Zealanders today to give you as much certainty and clarity as we can as we fight COVID-19. We are experiencing an unprecedented event, a global pandemic that in New Zealand we have moved to fight by going hard and going early.
I mean, my question is, why can't the United States embrace female leadership like other countries do? Megan, what do you think people are afraid of?
Oh, I don't really answer this question. I don't understand why people on planet Earth are so threatened by strong women. I'll never know the answer to that. It's very sad. And I also thought we'd sort of be further along by the time I was almost 36, but we're not. I will say the Prime Minister of New Zealand has been a really fascinating person for me to watch. Jacinda Ardern, she was actually one of the first people to lock down her country, and she banned travel from China in early February. And 88% of New Zealanders trust her as Prime Minister and trust her leadership, which is kind of an unfathomable number. And she recently took a 20% pay cut as Prime Minister. And just on a personal note, she has been the first Prime Minister to be pregnant in office ever globally. And when she was asked about it, she said, I'm pregnant, I'm not incapacitated. And for me, I was actually sent this profile in The Atlantic of her about a week ago. And she's been a really interesting role model for me just on a personal level, because I'm looking towards a lot of women like that who are strong and independent and who happen to be pregnant, and their pregnancy isn't their entire identity. So more women like Jacinda Ardern is really something I think America could take a page out of. And I think she's a really interesting international figure to watch.
Yes, and Sunny, what is the message these women are giving their citizens that you want to hear from our leaders?
I'd like to hear the unadulterated facts, and that is something that we have not heard from President Trump. We've heard all of the misinformation and a distortion of facts. I think if you look at the leadership, let's say, of Angela Merkel in Germany, she said to her citizens, listen, 70% of this population will be infected. We have to do this. We have to shut down the country. And she shut it down earlier than many other countries. Testing was done from the very beginning. The rate of infection is much lower than her European counterparts. And what's fascinating is now they're saying, at least in Germany, some of the restrictions are going to be able to be loosened up, which is something that Americans here want to happen. But it can't happen because our president sort of, poo-pooed the virus, gave misinformation, told people to, that it would be gone and very quickly, and with the heat of the summer and all of that. So I think what we're hearing from these women are just pure, unadulterated facts, no chaser.
Right. So, Joy, you're a big fan of Angela Merkel, and what do you want to see here that she's managed to do in her country?
Well, Angela Merkel is the real leader of the free world right now. Let's tell the truth. Trump isn't the leader of the free world. He isn't fit really to carry her Wiener Schnitzel. And it pains me to say that. I'm not really, going to say, oh, Germany's so great. But right now, Angela Merkel is pretty damn good. And even Queen Elizabeth, even though she isn't making any decisions, she inspired last week many people with her compassion and her strength. Meanwhile, we're stuck with these leaders who are, taking us right off the cliff and into the abyss. By the way, before I get off this, I want to just give a shout out to the women in this country, our American journalists. their coverage of these task force things that Trump is doing every night is inspiring. I mean, they are asking the hard questions. Yamiche Alcindor, I want to say, good work, Yamiche. Paula Reed, Caitlin Collins, they are going up against Trump, and they will not let go. And that is exactly what all of our journalists need to keep doing. Every time he says fake news, I say Alcindor. Yamiche Alcindor is brilliant. She's wonderful. Anyway.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it just goes to show you we should be thinking about the women who lead in the world, because it's showing us that there's no difference in women. Do you know what I mean? Women can lead, and women have led for years. Just, you know, so I still want to know what the big fear is. But